Okay, all right. So enter the token cells, ICOs, IEOs, IDOs. Basically, what is all of that and how do you invest in that? Right? So token cells is a better term now. Back in the day, they're called ICOs, initial coin offerings. Essentially, it's the first time a coin is being made available to purchase by investors. Right? So the first time it's ever sold to investors, and then after some time, it becomes tradable on exchanges. And if you buy, the two ways to buy a token cell. There's a public token cell where the general public buys it. Then there's a private token cell where basically insiders, VCs buy it, venture capitalists, basically high net worth individuals, funds, smart money buys it. Typically, you'll have different stages of fundraising for token cells. You have a pre-seed or seed round, which is super early, where the idea hasn't even really been proven, right? And typically that's done by VCs or angels, either people who are friends with the founders, close to the founders in the same network. They'll give them kind of like angel investors, they'll give them money to kickstart and prove out the idea. Then as there's some traction, then they'll bring in VCs who then will double down, add more money into it. And once it's proven, then maybe they'll bring in the retail investors to give them access to the token to use in the network or ecosystem. Now, how should somebody go about investing in token cells? Same thing with risk management. I would not put more than 5% of my portfolio into a token cell. If anything, I'd put 1% of my portfolio into a token cell. Because besides crypto being risky, you're investing into an asset that's not trading yet. It's illiquid. And when it does trade, you don't know what it's going to be trading at. You don't know when it's going to be unlocked. Because in crypto, it happens all the time. Products would tell you that the token will be tradable within a week, a month, a few months, 6 months, whatever, and it gets delayed. Right? For example, Filecoin told us it would take 6 or 12, I think 1 year. It took like 2 or 3 years. Right? So basically, products will, once they have your money, they have your money. Right? I mean, they can dictate when they make the token tradable. Sometimes exchanges will take a while to list a token or whatever. So as a result, factor in liquidity risk into token cell investing with any ICOs. When it comes to IEOs, IEOs are basically token cells being done directly on an exchange, and the exchange does the due diligence process. For example, Binance, Launchpad, CoinList. So the best launchpads or IEO platforms out there in terms of making money, in my opinion, but also based on the data as well, CoinList and Binance Launchpad. KuCoin has been doing pretty well recently in the last month or so, month or two, or quarter. But in general, if I had to pick platforms where I could invest in for IEOs or IDOs or initial DEX offerings, those are pump and dumps, essentially. Pardon my French, but basically, actually, let me finish IEOs. IEOs, I'll do Binance Launchpad, CoinList. I mean, those are the top two. They do most of the due diligence. They've done great products like Solana was on CoinList. Let me actually get the list of CoinList IEOs. Let me see, CoinList. Okay, I don't have the list right now, but basically, CoinList has done Solana. They've done, I thought I had it somewhere. Okay, yeah, here it is. 10 best performing CoinList Launchpad. So they did Solana, which did a 775x. They did Flow, 83x. Immutable X, 28x. Near, 22x. Filecoin, 12.5x. Mina Protocol, 12.5x. And guess what? All those projects, Token Metrics covered, and we scored them highly as well. So if anything, CoinList, their research and our research matches up the best. That's why we prefer them out of any IEO platform. We think they're the creme de la creme. Then you have Binance as well. Binance had Matic Network, Polygon. They had Axie Infinity. Like those two, they get the best deal flow for the best returns. So as an investor, I think I would just focus on those two. The other platforms out there, they have what I call Ponzinomics and the pump and dumps. Because in crypto, you can have a project go up and come down real fast. But what matters more to us is finding projects that go up slowly, but keep going up. Right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. So one example, let me see if I can find this. Trying to find, yeah, like let's do Poker Starter, all right? Poker Starter projects. The reason why I call these Pwn's Dynamics, right? Poker Starter is an IDO platform, initial DEX offering. Or I'm sorry, this is not really a DEX. IDOs can be on other platforms, but basically, let me pull this up here. It's meant for Polkadot ecosystem projects, but then eventually it kind of expanded to other blockchains, right? So they have Ethereum, Binance, Solana, Polkadot, Polygon, Kusama, Silo, right? But don't just look at how these projects fare. Look at how they fare on the long term. I'm trying to find if any of these projects are trading. And basically what they do is they'll give up a small allocation to projects, but they'll structure the tokenomics so that they pump early on. But I mean, we want projects that pump on the long term, right? So can I sort by date? Here, let's stick to Ethereum. Okay, let's see here. Orion. So for example, Orion Money, Lithium Finance. Yeah, I mean, so the reason why I don't like them so much, one, the allocations are very small. So these are designed for small investors who invest anywhere from $500 to sometimes even a lot less. And yes, they do pump, but in my opinion, all these projects don't do well long term, right? Because you aren't just trying to find a project that will do well right now. You want to find a project where when the bear market comes, what products will bounce back? And 95% of these projects will not bounce back. And that's something I'm pretty confident on. Stratos, STOs, is this trading? Give me 1 second. STOs. Okay, so looking at this, STOs, 2 points. Okay, current price 217. Can we click into this? Yeah, so there is $300,000, allocation $200 to $300, price per token 30 cents, and it's now trading at $2.14, right? So that's not bad, right? But the hard thing is getting in, right? Typically, you have to go through a whitelist, you have to have the token, make sure you get in. So if you have a pretty, if your portfolio is not small, it's typically not going to do too well, right? But typically these projects, these platforms are designed to help pump the bags of insiders who invest at this price. Like let's say VC is invested at 30 cents at larger allocations. Then they come into these projects and they set a price for retail investors to come in and buy and then pump on exchanges, right? Because what they work on is FOMO. They want to create as much FOMO as possible. Allocations are very small to get as many people in, to get the community to be as large as possible. But for example, one of my friends had a project called Paid Network. Yeah, it was a launchpad as well. Let me see was it Poker Starter? Okay, it was Ignition. And I think this is their own launchpad. Anybody know where Pay Network was? Token sale. Okay, going to ICO drops. Yeah, so this was earlier in the year, January 25th. There's 150K. Okay, so market cap 67. Okay, I thought Pay Network. The reason why I'm pulling this up, once you understand this, you kind of get how these projects work, right? So yeah, it launched. Their price was 4 cents. ICO token price was 4 cents. Right now it's at 55 cents. So yes, technically you're still up. But the reason why I don't really like these token sales or launchpads, they only make sense if you get in, but it is very hard to get in, right? So Paid Network launchpad price 4 cents. When it launched on exchanges, 44 cents, 44x. It went as high as $5.95. All right, so that was, I think, a 100x return. Let me just do my math real quick. $5.95 minus 0.04 gives us 5.91. 5.91 divided by 0.04. So it was basically almost a 150x return on your money if you got in. But guess what? Most people don't get in. And when they don't get in, they practice poor risk management, and they chase, and they FOMO, and they buy on exchanges, and the price goes all the way up to $5 to almost $6, $5.95, with a trading volume of almost 12 million daily trading volume. And guess what? It peaks and comes down crashing. Right? So the people who bought the top, right? The people who didn't get in and bought the top, they're wrecked. So basically, the lesson with token sales and these launchpads, they're good if you can get in. But if you can get in, you get out. Bada bing, bada boom. Right? These are not value investment plays. These are pump and dumps, Ponzi-nomics. Right? So, I mean, yes, you can make money on them if you get in. But let's say you got in and you held all the way and holding all the way down. Yes, you're still up, but you're only getting a 10x return versus 150x return. Right? So basically, the way to play these launchpads is you have to be a savage. I mean, you basically, if you can get in, you get out. You basically take profit the first day. Because the first day is, going back to this, right? Because it was 4 cents. First day, 10x. Basically, the first day, I would sell at least your initial investment, right? Then sell on the way up, right? Find a formula that works for you. It could be something as simple as every 10x, you sell 25%, right? But if you do that, you'll end up further ahead. But notice one thing. These projects, their tokenomics are being designed specifically to pump early on. But will they actually last through a bear market is a question you should be asking yourself. The answer is probably not, because there's no way all these projects are that good. All right? Because these launchpads are putting out projects so fast, all right? If we go here, right? Almost every single day there's a project launching. All right, different chains, right? And going back to our thesis, right? 1 out of 10 projects will do well, right? So to me, this is a pure trade. View this as a trader, not a long-term investor. You only become a long-term investor after you've recouped your investment, and then some, probably a 10x or more, right? Always keep some house money, right? Always keep a moon bag, because some projects keep on mooning. But the goal of all these IDOs is to take profits as quickly as possible. Okay, so let me take some questions here. Hell says, but Ian, are there good projects where most folks can get in without investing 100K? I would say the two platforms I just mentioned, right? CoinList and Binance Launchpad, those, in my opinion, have the better percentages of finding projects that will still be around after a bear market. Right? Because as an investor, the best time to invest is in a bear market, right? That's when you find the best value. Going back to the chapter on value investing, you find that in a bear market. But, I mean, best case example is one of the projects that gave me a 100x return back in 2017, ICON. ICON is what taught me this. Right? It's not just about finding a 100x return, right? Because I got into the private sale of ICON at 12 cents. So technically, right now, I'm still up, even though I got out of Icon a long time ago, right? But Icon was a pump and dump. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, look at the price. Textbook pump and dump, right? Put in my French. Don't kill me, Icon community. I mean, great project, but the tokenomics, the way they're designed, right? It opened up 47 cents, went all the way to what price is this? $12 something? Okay, one stop. So 12 something, right? Over $12. 100x return on your money. But guess what? I have some people who held all the way up, all the way down, and guess what? They don't have 100x anymore, right? Either the tokens were restricted because of vesting schedule or lockup or whatever, right? Because it was based on how much money you bought or whatever. But Icon is a good project. I mean, not the best, but a good project. But guess what? As the market matures, right? It came out at the peak, basically December into January was when it peaked at the top of the last bull run. Then bear market came, good projects get wrecked. In a bear market, Bitcoin dropped like 85%, Ethereum over 90%. So the projects that weren't those two, 95% or more on average. And basically a good project will drop 90% or more in a bear market. A bad project goes to zero. I mean, basically zero, no liquidity, wrecked, right? But even the good projects don't do so well. But what really hit home with Icon, we're now in a new bull market cycle. And guess what? Icon has never bounced back. Icon, even as we're taking NFT to the moon, metaverses, DAOs, all this, Axie Infinity stuff, Polygon, Helium, guess what? It still has not hit its last all-time high from its last bull market, over $12, which means the market has moved on. I mean, all-time high is down 88% from its all-time high of $13 in a bull market, in a new bull market, meaning that investors do not care. In the last 1 year, it's only made a 3x. So now, as a value investor, we aren't just trying to find the next icon, right? Because what I'm saying is these projects on these token cells, these IDOs or launchpads, they're just icon 2.0. I mean, not to be harsh, but the question isn't, so basically if they're icon 2.0s, you have to get out while the getting is good. Otherwise, when the bear market hits, this will happen and it will never go back to its all-time high. So now, as a value investor, we have to think about the long term. We're not just finding projects to invest in that will give us a quick flip. If that's what you want, that's fine. You're a trader, take the money while the getting is good. But the best returns are found of finding projects that when this bear market happens, they bounce back and bounce back even higher, right? So back to Polygon. I mean, this is textbook. If we go to, because Polygon came out, look, it came back 2019. You could have got Polygon for under a penny. It went flat for a while. You had basically over a year to buy Polygon under a penny. And it went up, came down, bounced back even higher. So the key to making money in crypto is being able to find projects that will bounce back. Because it doesn't matter what project you buy, they all will get wrecked in a bear market, right? Because if we go to Bitcoin, hopefully this hits home, right? If we go to Bitcoin and we go to, let's say 2017, yeah, so basically from 2017, actually no, this should be, let me do November. All right, so basically Bitcoin went to 19K, crashed all the way down to under 4K, right? Went flat, but bounced back. So Bitcoin bounced back, right? So the great projects will bounce back. So your job as a long-term value investor is to find what projects will bounce back. Because every project, even the best ones, crash. As I said, Bitcoin crashed 85%, and right from 20K to 4K, basically, right? Over 80%. And that's the number one project in market cap. Same thing with Ethereum, right? If we go to ETH, same exact thing. If we do 2017, right? Ethereum went to 1,400, went down to as low as $100. Yeah, almost $100, right? Lost over 90% of its value. Bounced back. Now we're pushing. Now it went over almost 5,000 Ethereum, right? Good projects bounce back, right? So these launch pads, I don't believe in them because they're pump and dumps, which is fine, make the money, but all these projects will not be bouncing back when the bear market hits, right? So you find projects that will bounce back based on fundamentals and technology and community and adoption, right? Not based on projects that structure the tokenomics to pump. And that's really my take on token sales, right?